Investigators. We're going to begin our second unit for NTI 2.0 by reviewing some places that we saw in NTI 1.0 in the spring and comparing them this time of year to see how different they are. So our first hike in the spring was around my house. So I took a little walk down the road, and one of the first things I saw were some persimmons on the ground. I also saw some winterberries, as you can see in the picture, and those come from a juniper tree, and the persimmons come from a persimmon tree. And we also saw lake goldenrod, as you'll see in lots and lots of places around Kentucky this time of year. Since I was very close to home, my buddy for this walk was my puppy Sirius Blonde, and he is along with me on the hike. He pointed out several fallen leaves on the ground to me, and as we started to go into the woods, we saw lots of fallen leaves on the ground, and that's kind of what fall is all about. I'm really excited for the leaves to change colors, and I think it's very beautiful in Kentucky this time of year. So I'm excited to see the leaves change and fall to the ground, and as we go along, we'll notice how different the colors change over the next couple weeks. Right now, we see mostly yellows and browns, but we'll start seeing some more vibrant colors soon. The first thing we did when walking into the woods was scare a group of turkeys, as you can see in this video. A group of turkeys is called a rafter or a flock of turkeys. My hiking buddy liked to help me find pretty flowers too along the way. Here are some bone sets that you'll find this time of year. They also come in a really pretty purple color. And here's my dog posing with them. The weather was beautiful today for my hike. It was very sunny. And as I looked up at the tree canopy, I could still see lots of leaves this time of year, even though they're starting to turn yellow. As I looked down, I could see this fern. The reason these are called Christmas ferns are because they usually stay green, actually. Instead of dying off in the winter, they stay green through Christmas. Here's a little video of the woods and what it sounds like, and my dog scaring the turkeys again at the end. One plant that I found was very common in this area of the woods was this wild ginger plant, and I wanted to point it out because ginger is a spice that a lot of people have in their kitchens, and you could actually even smell the ginger at your home, and it's kind of the same as what the root of this ginger plant smells like. So I kind of went digging around near the ginger plant here in the video and saw these remnants of an eastern black walnut that some squirrel or animal had probably eaten recently and left behind. And then went digging around a little bit more and found like the stem at the base of the plant and pulled up the root here in the video. And if you see these in the wild in the spring, they usually have this really pretty triangular flower with them. But this time of year, that flower is gone, and you just have the root that smells like ginger. There was some uneaten eastern black walnuts that I also found laying on the ground. And I didn't want to leave the woods today without finding at least a couple mushrooms. They're a little bit harder to find this time of year, but I found a couple that I thought were really pretty. These are a little hard to identify because they look like they were a couple days old. These are probably turkey tails in this picture, but I'd have to do some more investigating to find out. And this time of year, I often see these crawling around on the pavement or sometimes on my clothes whenever I come in from the woods. This little guy will turn into a tiger moth when he gets older. I didn't want to end today without telling you about a place you could go to explore a trail in the community. So my daughter and I went to this very close trail that's a part of Jefferson Memorial Forest called the Scotts Gap section, or the Meadow Meander Trail. Here she is describing it.
Guys, I'm going to be reading the sign for you. It is called Jefferson Memorial Forest Scotts Gap thing, and you will see this sign when you first get here and after you park, and then you can just walk up here, and then there's a little sign up there with a map, and this one just tells you where you're at. If you don't know where you're at, this is a good sign to have.
It tells you about the different trails that are here. The Meadow Meander Trail is the one we're going to do. It's a half-mile loop, and it is walker and wheelchair friendly. This park is open from 8 a.m. to dusk, or when the sun goes down. And let me give you a little picture of what the parking lot looks like too, so you can see it is gravel parking lot, but it should still be easy enough to get to this trail that is a hard packed gravel and easier to navigate with your wheelchair. It's so beautiful this time of year. The weather seems to be just perfect for a hike. So I really hope you can get a chance to get out here and see some of the things we saw along this trail. Like this was really cool. This is Jimson weed, and it has these really cool seed pods on the end of it, and they kind of open up and you can see all the little seeds inside in this picture. As you're walking along the trail, there are lots of areas of the trail that are sunny, but there's also some shaded areas of the trail. Here in the sunny area there was this milkweed plant, so there's some seeds from the common milkweed in that image, and then walking along you can hear the leaves crunching below our feet. So many leaves over in the shaded area. Again, here there are lots of yellow and brown leaves on the ground. Not a whole lot of color yet, but we will start seeing more as the leaves start changing colors this time of year, and we'll track that throughout our lessons through this fall. There was some areas in this trail where it is less shaded and more open, and you'll see there wasn't many clouds in the sky this day, but here's a picture of how the trees look right now. They're still like very green, but we'll see them changing here in the next couple weeks. Some other things we saw on our hike were some feathers on the ground. Those are pretty cool, and some nutsedge that was kind of seeded out. These are really cool to touch. They're very soft and kind of fall apart in your hands. You could also pick up different color leaves off the ground and look at the different colors and touch those while you're out. Here's a nice spot to take a rest. There was a bench and a little area to kind of park a wheelchair beside of it, which was cool. And if you decide to take a break here, this is the view that you will see from this bench. We got to see some more of our yellow flowers that we've been seeing throughout the Louisville Loop sections, and we get to see some new plants too, like this one blowing in the wind. I really hope that you get time to get outdoors in the next couple weeks and really enjoy the beautiful fall weather. And I really appreciate you watching along with my videos and seeing some cool places that you can go for a hike. Thanks, guys.